Hey guys, it's Wren.
And Lyd, also known now as Lyd the Squid.
Uh-huh.
That's me. If you see if you see that name around the channel, it's me. It's not an imposter. I don't know who would want to imposter me, because why? Literally why? But it's a me, Squidio. Anyway.
And we're back with Seduce Me. Now this is gonna be Suzu's route. Anything you'd like to say, Lyd?
I'm ready to bang this tiny Italian.
Let's get started.
Dude, I'm gonna have
warnings.
I'm gonna have so much trouble when we do Andrew's route.
Why? Oh, because of Genos?
I didn't know! I felt so bad after you texted me. Me just like shit-talking Jenna's dumb voice to my friends, like,
Eric,
wow, this is so
well.
unfitting, I don't like this at all, and then just
This game was produced
Andrew.
by Seraphim
I was
Entertainment
just like,
under the direction of Michaela Laws and is powered by
so
Ren'Py
sorry.
Visual Novel Engine.
I don't have
We
anything
truly
against
hope
you.
you'll enjoy this story.
I know
I'll enjoy it since you'll
you'll
be
be in it.
I just read that in
Eric.
like in Andrew Jenna's voice, and I'm crying.
What is his voice
fine.
like? I don't have cable, I can't watch TV.
I don't really know how to explain it because it doesn't sound like
That's right.
the sad part, the closest I could explain it to is that it sounded to me like this is gonna make no sense to you, but it sounded to me a lot like Yugo from the Arc 5 dub, and that's gonna mean nothing to you. Rain. It's been a long time since we've gotten rain around here, but in the season for rainy weather, so it's not exactly that surprising. Personally, I loved the sound of it. The way the raindrops fell like the soft tapping of fingers, it was so soothing. Even looking at the droplets at the glass of the window was strangely calming. I'm sorry. For this reason, I felt lucky for having a seat next to the window, though I did spend more time staring outside than I did paying attention in class. The lectures in class were pretty boring. Mrs. Phillips' voice wasn't I hate that word.
Soporific?
Yes. But I just wasn't interested in what she was saying, because who uses words like that? And since it was the period right before lunch, all I could think about was doing other things in my free time. Like fucking. Honestly, I didn't really care much for economics. Sure, I got good grades in this class, but that was only because I read the textbook and did my assignments as I had to. Well, good for you, Laundry. You're a student. I was only taking this class because it was mandatory. If it was up to me, it would have been another course.
I don't know any high school that requires an economics class.
Luckily, it was my senior year, so after this class, it would mean the end of high school courses forever. Thank God for that. Good luck, Laundry. You probably still have college. I didn't hate high school. It was just kind of mundane how the days drifted on and on as if there was no end to it. The only thing I really enjoyed about going to school was meeting my friends and hanging out with them, but that was kind of it. In short, I was done with high school. The start of the second semester brought a note of finality to it. I had already applied to many universities this semester prior, and I was expecting replies sometime in the next few months. It seemed like the start of something new, something that would change. That is, if things could change. I stared at the faint outline of raindrops in the distance, for now I was stuck in this class.
Miss Anderson.
Mrs. Phillips' raised voice interrupted my train of thought. What do you want? What do you want? Just when I was thinking about class, I quickly turned my head.
From me.
I just hit my knee.
What?
Once upon a time, I watched a parody. Anyway, I quickly turned my head to face the teacher.
Jesus Christ.
It's a good video, alright? Shut up.
Okay.
Hopefully she didn't pick me just because she noticed that I was spacing out.
Yes, ma'am?
Would you care to name the equation I set up on the blackboard?
Oh, I think I read that in the textbook last night. It should be...
The Black-Scholes model formula.
Very good as always, Miss Anderson.
Goody two-shoes. Anderson. If all me where I went, most people didn't really know me by my first name, but rather by my surname. No doubt the surname was the trademark of the internationally famous and philanthropic Anderson family toys because the founder was my own grandfather.
I feel like she's having an overreaction to being called by her last name by a teacher.
Yeah. Suzu, hey! One of my best friends, turned around and proudly gave me a one punch to the shoulder.
Kick ass, girl.
From beside me, I heard Naomi, another one of my best friends, clearing her throat in obvious disapproval of Suzu's choice of words.
She means good job.
Miss Capini,
Oi.
care to tell me who the creators of this formula were?
Some guys named Black and
Shoals.
Shoals.
She is not
Fisher
wrong.
Black and Myron Scholes.
Very good, Miss Patterson.
Like you're ever gonna need to know that again.
Show off.
Ever
Better
in your
study
life.
next time, Suzu. Be like us and study once in a while.
Suzu rolled her eyes and slouched into her chair as Naomi gave her a small smirk. She always pouted when Naomi showed her up. This is a
That's the
really
end of
not
today's
healthy
lecture.
friendship.
Now, let's separate into
this is
groups
weird.
and work on your projects. Remember, everything is due on Monday. Go ahead now.
Before I knew it, Suzu and Naomi had scooted their desks to line with mine, and we turned into the Three Musketeers. Or Powerpuff Girls. Whenever the teacher let the students decide on groups, we always grouped together into our little trio, leaving that one guy in the dust. Like, nobody wants to be in a group with me. It was a sheer stroke of luck that we all managed to be in the same class, so we could at least take the opportunity to stick together as much as we could. I know I want to stick together with Suzu. Heh. Besides, we were most comfortable around each other. Then say, compared to being around any other classmate, that's kind of the definition of friends. I mean, not really the definition of friends, but that's the definition of friend, who you're most comfortable around. It just made sense for us to put our heads together for any kind of project. I took out the poster we were working on and rolled it open into our 3 desks. We were pretty much finished with fulfilling most of the guidelines of the project, though we did still have to add a few finishing touches here and there. After working on making the poster a bit prettier, we sat back and inspected our work to see what we still had to do. Naomi, as usual, was the first to look for any issues. She lightly tapped her pencil against her chin, staring intently at the project.
Alright, so let's see. We finished the budgeting section, the building leasing, and the cost for labor. What else do we need?
Suzu straightened up to look at the poster and stroked her chin. After a few seconds, her face brightened and she spoke up.
How about a company name?
Huh? Did we really skip over that?
Of course we did. You always go straight into the logical statistics and stuff that you completely skip over the fact. We need a name for our projects.
Well, it's not exactly the most important detail.
I'm the
least we
worst
caught it
at
this
names.
time.
I'm the worst at names
do
and
we name it?
titles and...
Not sure. What do you think?
It always came down to me. Whenever there was something to be named or titled, I was the master at ending a decision, even when I didn't want to be.
I like Trinity Corporations.
That is way too predictable. How about the Dragon Company?
What do dragons have to do with our project?
What? It's a totally unpredictable name.
You know,
It's
Suzu,
hot.
I
But our
don't think that we
company
should name
sells
this the
bubble
Dragon
gum.
Company.
Who said we can't produce spicy
It-
bubble gum?
It could be
What do you
mistaken
think?
for another Dragon Company. A company whose dragons are quite bad, you could say.
Mm-hmm.
Both of them looked at me expectantly, even though I wasn't quite sure myself. I didn't really want to choose sides, but if it were up to me, I would say... I like Dragon Company, as long as it's
I
not...
almost hit Trinity by accident.
Don't hit Trinity!
Yeah, Dragon Company it is.
Alright, now that we've decided on a name, now what?
As we ended our name game, a giggle scrambled my thoughts sunny side up. That's not... You can't
That's
scramble
not a scramble.
You can't scramble eggs sunny side up. I don't eat eggs, I'm sorry.
What was that?
Ignore it. It's just Lisette.
Oh my god, I hate
Fucking Lizette.
I hate every time I have to talk about Lisette. I get it. You're evil Lizzie McGuire, we get it.
Who gives a shit? Leave us alone.
I lift my shoulders, see her laughing with a circle of friends, with her friends, power, and people who partake from Southern school. And as a result, everyone in the school knew them. In the center of it all was Lisette White.
Sometimes I wonder if there's a reason she's named White.
I know, I'm like... She She sat with a posture that indicated she was still working, but that she was also ready to casually chat about her day. She had an endearing balance of charismatic and awkward, which was readily apparent when she first talked to somebody.
Andre's put a weird amount of thought into this.
So she's a Zoe Deschanel character.
Ah.
She doesn't seem like a Zoe Deschanel character. She's too mean.
Yeah.
It was easy to make her laugh and smile, and she was quite the comedian as well. Okay, we've never seen any of these sides of Lysette.
How can anyone... I don't understand. We don't see any of those qualities. I don't understand.
We need to do some less telling laundry and some more showing laundry. Let's wring out that dirty laundry. Basically, she was...
Abuelita's coming!
What? Is this
Do you
from
remember that text I sent you at 5 in the morning?
You mean the dirty laundry fic you were talking about?
Yeah.
What is it called? Is it Clance?
It's called Dirty Laundry.
No, I mean like the ship name. Is it Clance?
Clance, I think, yeah.
Clance. I laugh a lot at the ship name Sheath. Wait, have you never heard it referred to as that?
Not out loud.
Oh,
it's
well.
a little different hearing someone actually say it.
Man, my favorite Voltron ship is Sheath. And yours is Clance. Okay, I haven't, for the record, I haven't watched Voltron yet. I don't know what my favorite ship
I
is.
binge-watched it all last night.
Please.
And then read fanfics until like 6 in the morning.
That's me with Genos and Saitama. Don't look at me. Anyway, she was perfect. Not that she was like a robot or something, but she was the student that everyone else wanted to be. Lysette was bright, easygoing, and above all had her future laid out right in front of her. What is her future, actually?
Lysette? I don't know. I don't
I'm
think they ever
suddenly
say
really
it.
curious about Lysette. I'm like, what is her future laid out in front of her? Is she valedictorian? Does she also, like, have a grandfather with a company? No, a grandmother with a company. No! Yes! Okay. In an alternate universe, Lysette's grandmother who owns a company that, what do they make? What's the opposite of toys? Office supplies! So in an alternate universe, Lysette's grandmother makes office supplies. And she and Laundry's grandfather go on a date. And they get married. And Laundry and Lysette become step-granddaughters. Grand-sisters? Step-grandchildren.
Well, considering her grandpa's dead.
That's why I said an alternate universe. This would be a perfect sitcom plot. Unlike the average student, she knew what she wanted to do after high school, and as a result, she was confident and ambitious, though sometimes it could rub a lot of people the wrong way. Moreover, I had known her ever since I was young, but it had ultimately resulted in a rivalry that continued today. No! Alternate universe again!
Okay.
Both of their grandparents die, and they both take over the companies, and then they make out.
I don't entirely support the idea of suddenly making out with your lifetime bully, but okay.
Okay, I forgot that she was a bully. I thought she... I was just like, this is such a great plot, and then you reminded me of that. I'm like, never mind, this is suddenly horrible. Her sister takes over the company! And they throw Lysette in a dumpster, where she belongs. Anyway, I had known her since I was young. Okay, of course my friends knew what was between us, and upon seeing me glance at her, they shifted their attention to her.
She doesn't even look like she's working, in my opinion.
She probably is, but she's too much of a stuck-up priss to allow herself to look like she's actually doing work.
Suzu, you're not saying very nice things either.
Oh, come on, Suzu. She may be a little off-putting, but she's not the giant priss that you're making her seem to be.
The day she isn't a priss is the day I turn into you.
What's that supposed to mean?
Never mind. It's about time. Let's bail.
It means she's a priss.
I don't understand how they don't just hate each other.
Here's the thing. Okay, My friends and I constantly send insults back and forth at each other, but they seem way too, like, serious in their hatred here.
Yeah, they're like, there's no, like, joking tone to it.
They just suddenly, they yell at each other, then they suddenly just, like, laugh. It's like they're doing a ruse. You know, like one of those ruse where, like, the bad guy tries to turn the two friends against each other, and they play into it to trick him.
Yeah.
And then they're like, ha ha ha, actually, we still are friends, and you're an idiot, and we will beat you now. Except that's not what's happening here. Like, it happens, but there's no, like, we're gonna beat the villain now payoff. Yeah.
Yeah.
Unsurprisingly, Suzu was the first out of the classroom. Slinging her backpack over her shoulder with ease, she quickly strolled out the door.
Her seat isn't even closest to the exit, and she always manages to be the first one out of the door. I don't think I'll ever understand that.
I'll go faster.
I wish I was as fast as her getting out of here.
Naomi folded her arms close to her chest, giving me a disappointed look.
Oh, not you too. She's turning you into a delinquent.
Let's be delinquent. Wait, what did you say?
You know, in the Japanese delinquent, the Yankee shows, they're always like, Shine, die.
Oh, okay, yeah. I guess so, yeah.
It's a joke, Naomi. Well, it's not really funny.
Man, you guys are slow. Are you coming or what?
We heard you the first time. Not everyone has rocket boosters attached to their legs when the bell rings.
Are you kidding me? That class was ridiculously boring.
She's a rocket
Even
Suzu.
Miss Valedictorian here was dozing off a
rocket
bit.
Suzu burning up here.
I do have to admit I was spacing out. And just because I answered one question doesn't mean I'm automatically the valedictorian. Okay, so it wasn't too interesting. But you should at least pay attention when Phillips is talking about the important parts.
So you finally admit it. We're finally on the same wavelength. Welcome to the club, Patterson.
Please, don't call me by my last name. This isn't the classroom.
I don't understand this
Never in a
world where
million
everyone
years will we ever
calls
see
each other
things
by
eye
their
to
last
eye.
name. Because we're in America. This is really weird to me.
I mean, I've heard people do it before, but only when they have, like, white names.
Yeah, I don't know. Despite this, they both burst out into laughter. Normally, anyone would think that opposites like them would never associate with each other, but even though they were different, their somehow friendship doesn't make sense. It just doesn't. Maybe they were just perfect complements, or personality didn't just dictate the possibility of their friendship. We had all been best friends since preschool. Duh.
Alright, so where are we heading to first? Cafeteria? I think we can all agree that we're really hungry, especially after hearing about our company's line of deliciously spicy bubblegum.
Who would even buy that? I wonder.
Me? I would pay good money to
Hey,
get
it's a
taste of
niche
it.
market.
You do like spicy food after all.
We entered the cafeteria, a bustling room filled with the aromas of different kinds of food. As we got in line, we ordered our meals and chatted freely.
Cajun fries and the spicy chicken burger for
I
me.
want that.
That's my definition of a good meal.
I'll take a tuna sandwich and some juice. You're probably going to need water or something to curb all that spicy flavor, Suzu.
Pro tip, when you're eating spicy food, water doesn't help. You have to drink, like, milk or eat something bland.
I can't be tamed by the likes of that. If it's spicy, then it's gotta be all or nothing.
You're
Me too.
crazy.
Cry.
Hell yeah, I'm
Me too,
crazy.
Suzu.
I think I'm getting a migraine. I think I'll go with
Do you think Suzu's the kind of person...
spicy chicken burger too.
Do you think she's the kind of person who gets, like, dared to eat, like, an habanero pepper?
Yes.
And she eats, like, 13 of them?
Yes, while sitting in an ice bath, yes.
Suzu Plier!
Suzu has a hell of a thigh gap. That's weird.
It's really weird. Her legs don't make sense to me.
No. Okay, moving on.
Might as well go spicy today.
Yeah! Once we got our food, we settled down in front of the empty tables, putting our backpacks aside to finally dig into the food. Suzu leaned back in her chair, tilting it back so that she could rest her feet on the table by her food. Unsanitary.
All right then. Is there anything we want to talk about?
Bored already?
Boys!
Oh, thank you for skipping over the boys. We got no time for that heterosexual bullshit this time around.
Who knows? Time will tell.
Naomi looked at me when to start the conversation, and then however like she could speak, there was speakers, and they started up an announcement, and my grandpa's gonna be dead soon.
Miss Anderson, please come to the main office immediately. Please bring your things with you.
Oh my.
Looks like our plans have been cut short. The men in white coats have finally come to get you.
Suzu, don't joke around. What if it's serious?
Fine. If something happens, just call us.
Thank you for your support.
Funny enough, something did happen. And it was certainly no laughing matter. My grandfather is dead. And then we went to the funeral that happened on the same day he died, even though that was really weird. How do you embalm someone so fast? I've never heard of such a technique. Someone should have taught it to the ancient Egyptians, and then we get slapped in the face like that guy I hit in the auditorium. Back once again in that time in middle school when there was a ham sandwich and an apple pie. And then Laundry was in her room and talked about her luck and no, wait, we're not the her luck yet. Fuck. Rewind. And then I called beeped me
Hey,
if she
Anderson,
wanted to
you
reach
there?
me.
Is everything all right? We were worried about you, so we decided to call. Hello?
I'm really glad you guys called.
My voice managed to come out.
Oh. I'm really glad you guys called.
My voice managed to come out, though it was only a careless whisper.
What happened? Are you okay? Well...
Anyway, I slowly began to tell them about the funeral that happened. That afternoon, a small silence followed by when I was done recounting what happened. And to my relief, Naomi finally spoke up.
I can't begin to imagine how you must be feeling right now. I'm so sorry.
No, go ahead.
Do you
Just
want us
go
to
on
come over
stomping.
right
It's
now?
not like I can hear you through my ceiling. You and your 6 toddlers just go stomping right on.
Who has 6 toddlers?
Sometimes extended families share small apartments.
Oh, okay, I know what you mean. Okay. I was just like, why are there 6 toddlers in your ceiling?
No, it's okay. My dad isn't in a good mood, so we can just keep on talking on the phone like this. Of course! We'd stay on the phone until the crack of dawn.
Until dawn.
Yeah.
Not until dawn.
We're always here if you need us. After all, we wouldn't be the awesome triple threat trio without you, right?
Yeah.
Good
Triple Threat
friends.
Trio? That sounds like the name of a gang.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, we're all taking on
Let's
the world
all
together.
be lesbian
We've got to sound
delinquents.
somewhat scary, or else no one's going to take
My
us
time
seriously.
has
What's
come.
with you and naming things?
You've got to step up your game, Naomi. Following behind the cool kids like Anderson and me. Tisk tisk.
Hey!
Tisk tisk.
I'm a cool kid. If anything, I'd say you.
Naomi makes me
Step
think
up
of
your
that
game.
scene in Life is Strange when when Max is like she's ready to mosh and
ready for the mosh pit shaka bra or something like that.
yeah, she says that and it's just like, oh my god.
It's like,
I
oh my
think
god.
I think
Please
that's-
stop.
Oh my god. I love how lame she is. Anyway, that's what Naomi is like. Here we go. We chatted cheerfully about all sorts of things. Very soon I had forgotten about the events that day and was engaged in a conversation about Naomi's favorite TV show, some program called Her. Can we just skip? Yeah, no one wants to hear about these cheekbones. No one wants to hear about the Cumberbatch of Dumberbatch.
Oh, it's already 1 a.m. Sorry for keeping you guys up so late. I think I'm gonna hit the hay for tonight. See you guys at school tomorrow. Also, please don't ever mention Bendy Dick Cucumber to me again. Bye!
Benadryl Cabbage Patch.
I should probably shower and go to bed. I can't believe I stayed up this late just to talk to my friends. But it was really nice.
To the bathroom I go, because that's important information.
I took a relaxing shower. Nothing beat hot water and the feeling of being clean. After drying myself, I promptly dressed in my pajamas and crawled into bed. I would never be clean.
Ah, a nice hot shower after a long day. I'm so glad to finally be in bed.
It had been a really long day. I knew that I was supposed to do something to change my class, but I certainly wasn't expecting any of the things that happened today.
And I have to go back to school tomorrow. Ugh.
I curled up on my side and tightly wrapped the blankets around me. I really wasn't in the mood to be returning to school, but my dad would probably make me go just for the sake of it.
It's time to go to sleep. This was a very valuable scene in the narrative.
Yes, it was. I reached out to the lamp on my nightstand to turn off the lights so everyone could see that I was in darkness. My mind was so lost in the passing of my grandfather, and the thought of inheriting something so big it haunted my entire mind the entire night until the next morning.
My comments are unusually salty today.
Yeah, you're just picking at every little thing. Just my job, usually. Usually you're the one being defending it, and then I'm the one being like, I hate this, I hate that. Man, fuck Eric. I shook my head to clear the sleepiness out of me to no avail. I really didn't get any sleep last night. You told us that already!
It's time to wake up. Wait, school.
As soon as I realized I had to go to school, I slid out of bed and looked at the vanity mirror.
That's a relief.
Luckily, there was barely a bruise on my cheek. You had to squint to actually see it. I doubted anyone would actually notice it unless they leaned in really close. Breathing on the side, I got pressed. Took my backpack and caught the bus to go to school.
Was there toast in your mouth? There better have been toast in your mouth.
Alright, here's the question. If Naomi drives to school every day anyway, and Suzu's always with her, why didn't we ever just drive with her before? I said a really good line, and I don't know if you heard it.
So you had the whole Anderson house to yourself?
Then you just didn't like
Lucky
it.
as hell, man.
I just didn't have an answer. I don't know how she got to school before.
Well,
Quit being so
I know how she got to
sensitive,
school. She got to
Naomi.
school during using the bus, but I'm like, why didn't she just go with Naomi all this time?
But she also mentions later on the spot where her dad always picked her up.
But then why did Naomi wait till now to offer to drive her to school? Because we're not letting you take the bus? She always takes the bus. The school bus.
No, it says that when she moves out to the mansion, it's farther away from the school, so she has to take like a city bus.
But then they have to go out of their way. I'm just questioning why didn't they ever ride together? This seems strange.
I don't have an answer for you.
Quit being so
Naomi,
vulgar,
don't be such a
Suzu.
shit friend.
Suzu's right. Of course you would side with her.
Of course we would. We're trying to bang her this time.
See?
Exactly.
At least she knows how to have fun.
I know how to have fun.
Try-
You don't need to be wild to have fun.
Guys, I'm going there after school today because my parents want me to get used to living there. Also, I've kind of been disowned.
Seriously? It hasn't
My
even
grandfather's
been a day
dead.
since you came back to school.
I know, but my parents want me to try living there as soon as possible, even though I'm basically just a child. Still, that's really
I keep
fast.
thinking awful
Are you
things
going
and
to
then
be
not
okay?
saying them.
A
When
teeny
you
tiny
say-
little girl who is only 18, living in a house all by herself in Chicago, a downtown city where there's lots of crime, that can't possibly go wrong.
When you said that, of course, we're trying because we're trying to beg. You said, of course, because we're trying to beg Suzu. My mind just went, yeah, we're trying to put our Tiny Tim in that tiny Italian. We don't have a Tiny Tim.
Not unless you want a
What do you
headcanon it.
I mean,
Punch!
yes,
Oof!
good.
Hey!
Ah!
Don't go around shoving people like that. Whoops. Did I strike a nerve, Capini?
Oh, shut up, Lizette, before I start making fun of your lisp.
Oh, don't make fun of her lisp. That's mean. She had a small laugh as she twirled her hair around her finger.
She's literally physically abusing us.
I know, but that's still mean to make fun of a lisp. That's a speech impediment. People can't help that. God. Lizette,
It's not me you should be
yeah.
apologizing. Oh,
Existing.
Anderson. Hey, how's it
Like
going?
you care.
She
Haven't you
does
already
care.
heard
She
Lizette?
has to if she wants to make our life
Of
even
what?
more hellish.
Her grandfather's passing.
Well, I'm sorry about
Uh-huh.
that. I don't really watch a lot of news.
I can't see her as
It doesn't
anything but
really
Lizzie
sound like you
McGuire
mean
now.
it. I
A
do
really
mean
mean
it.
Lizzie McGuire.
Earnestly. Why wouldn't I?
Lizzie McGuire wasn't anything but kind-hearted.
This is an alternate universe, Lizzie McGuire.
What was that
This
song
is like-
in Italy that they did the movie with?
Hey now,
Hey now,
hey now,
this is what
this is what
dreams are made of.
Typical Katsumi. Isn't her family involved with the mafia or something? I wouldn't be surprised if she brought out a bat from behind her back right this moment.
What?
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 Do you think Suzu's carrying a baseball bat at all times to beat people up with?
They're
Because
giving
she's
a Japanese
Italian?
delinquent. They're giving a Japanese delinquent stereotype, like a yakuza stereotype, to a. It
You
doesn't
mean a
translate
yankee?
right.
And also
It doesn't
Yakuza, I
translate.
guess, with mafias. Yeah,
Well, yeah,
I forgot that
but,
part.
yeah.
I keep forgetting her family is actually mafia, supposedly.
What? I thought they were joking.
But she gets so mad about it.
Oh man, this has just become like one of my favorite yaoi mangas.
Oh,
Except we're not a
Jesus.
cop. It's actually really good. Shut up.
Did you read Kimi no?
No, I'm talking about Hantoyaju.
Well, I'm asking if you read Kimi no, because I recommended it to you.
No,
You should.
but I recommend you read Hantoyaju. It's about a cop and a yakuza who fall in love, and the yakuza is an idiot, and it's beautiful. Anyway, no one had the slightest idea why exactly they followed Lizette around persistently, but they labeled themselves as social equals with her. I cannot stand this part.
That is out of line. Suzu comes from an honest family.
Says the one whose family profits from political scandals.
That's just what lawyers do. Do you hate every lawyer on the planet?
Some people do.
Like,
I mean,
that's
who?
the point of being a lawyer, is to either prosecute people or defend people.
People who hate lawyers. April May.
Yeah,
Godot.
your dad doesn't make anything unless he's in the court with dirty
Francisco von
politicians.
Karma before the end of Justice for All. There's more people who hate lawyers. Matt and Guard definitely hates lawyers. Oh.
Dahlia Hawthorne?
No! Oh yeah, Dahlia Hawthorne, of course. I was about to say Manfred von Karma.
Hey,
Yes.
let's all calm down for a second, all right? I'm sure Anderson needs some time to recuperate. I mean, what just happened? We need to give her some respect.
Just stop. Stop acting like that already, like you feel sorry for me.
What are you talking about?
Get out of my face, bitch!
Move, Lizette! Get out the way! Get out the way, Lizette! Get out the way!
Bye.
Oh. I can't.
You're missing your chances.
I'm not even reading lines anymore.
You're missing your
honestly,
chances.
I
You're not
didn't
moving
care.
fast enough.
I didn't care. I was so consumed by anger that I only saw Lizette in front of me.
What exactly am I to you? Just another part of your obstacle course? Is that what I am? I'm sick of it, Lizette. I'm sick of all these charades. I'm sick of you.
Oh! Gasp rose from the crowd around her. Mike and I was brought back to the school hallway. Even my friends beside me looked at me in surprise. Oh my god, this drama is so... Ugh. One girl looked like she was going to speak up, but Lizette held up her hand to stop her. There was an emotion in her face that I couldn't quite make out, but I could see a form of pity in her eyes. Ugh.
No, don't you dare pity me.
I looked away from her. I didn't want to see that emotion in her eyes when she was talking to me, and she didn't have the right to look at me that way.
I'm sorry. I know your grandfather passing away must have really taken a toll on your emotions.
Who's really boring?
Hmm?
Lizette is boring.
I don't understand her.
I don't understand her
literally,
purpose.
she's just targeting us, and it doesn't seem like there's any reason for it.
Like, I know we did the thing where, like there
I
was
get
a shadow
that
behind
we're,
her.
like, academic rivals or whatever the shit, but, like, the fuck is your problem, kid?
I just don't think that she's fleshed out enough for the whatever role. I don't think her role makes any sense, because she doesn't ever show up, like, ever again.
I feel it should be more
after-
interesting if they did present her as, like, a charismatic, awkward Zooey Deschanel kind of person who, like, manipulated things from behind the scenes to fuck us up.
Yeah, but this is just...
And, like,
this is-
subtly hinted at it, but this is just really straightforward.
Well, I also
It's
just
very
I don't understand
overt.
her purpose I don't understand her purpose in the story.
Yeah, I don't get that either.
It has zero, like, I know that there's that one part where, like, if you, like, you know the magic stuff, and you see, like, the darkness behind her, and stuff, I'm like, she plays literally zero role, except to have this annoying scene that does nothing to help the story at all.
It's like her only function is to give us a chip on our shoulder.
And she's not even well developed.
On my shoulder, and it's big as a boulder.
I'm glad you did that, because I was about to break into that myself as a kid. But yeah, I'm like, she's not important. She's not well developed enough. This scene is utterly pointless.
She just drives our angst.
She drives our angst, and we already have our grandfather died. Dead. Our grandfather's dead. We have enough angst. We don't need this Lizzie McGuire meanie bullshit.
It's not really necessary to up the stakes from that plus Malix plus Diana.
Yeah, she's just annoying. I don't like it. Whatever. Wow, we're salty today. I'm just so sick of Lisette. I'm so sick of her. She stepped towards me and put her hand on my shoulder like a boulder. Giving me a tiny smile as if for old time's sake. For some reason, I didn't feel comforted at all. No shit. Not that I was just angry at her, but the expression on her face when she leaned in close to me. It's something complex.
I'm like unusually passive-aggressive today, and I don't know why.
I know. I'm just like, for me, it's usually because we have to go over these scenes over and over again. And, like, I understand. It's a free game. It's crowdfunded. Limited resources and money and stuff like that.
Plus,
but
I'm sure Michaela's writing has improved since she wrote this game. It's been like a year or two at least.
Yeah. It's just, look, when you care about a thing, you gotta criticize it. And you gotta call it out on the things that don't
And it's also just because we're going through this so many times, we're just like finding new things.
Yeah, we're finding new things to be like, why was this never expanded upon and whatever.
It's just what happens.
It's just what happens. We're a bunch of salt buckets. we're a bunch of salty spittoons.
I was gonna say that too.
Yes! Thank God you're on my page. Today I was talking to my friend, and I don't know, he was saying something. Oh yeah, we were doing our joking thing, and and he was like, well, I don't like you as much as I like this person, as a joke. And I was just like, well, tough squash. And he was like, who says that? I'm like, it's a Drake and Josh reference, you idiot. Like, I feel like you would have gotten that.
Tough squash? Yeah, I would have.
Yeah. Something was different about her. I couldn't quite place my finger on it, but something about her had definitely changed. Not that we can see.
I'll be going for now. Track meet responsibilities and all of that stuff. See you later.
Who gives a shit?
Something about that made me feel uncomfortable. I wasn't angry. I was uneasy too. What was it? I'd never seen her like that before. I'm done. I'm done trying to talk about Lizette. I'm just done. But I decided to pay no further attention to it. I reversed my attention to Mrs. Phillips, who's walking down the hallway towards me. Hey, Mrs. Phillips, what's up?
Is everything all right, girls?
Nothing we couldn't handle.
No, nothing is all right.
Suzu, hush!
I see. Well, Miss Anderson, please accept my condolences for your loss.
Please accept my condolences for your face.
Thank you, Mrs. Phillips.
Your grandfather was a good man. He really upheld the philanthropy of his company's policies, and the money that went towards charity, too.
Thank you for your contribution to this very serious conversation.
Her
I know,
face
he was
gives
amazing.
me gas.
I really looked up to him, and I want to be as good as he was. Well, I know that you'll be as great as your grandfather.
Hell yeah, she will. She'll be 10 times better than her grandfather.
Would I really be better than my grandfather? Yes. Everyone seemed to have high expectations for me. I wanted to do my best and make my family proud, but to be better than my grandfather? I wasn't sure about that. From outside the school window, I saw a familiar blue car pull up to the curb. Undoubtedly, it was my father in the driver's seat. Vroom, vroom, motherfucker.
Matt's here. I guess I'll see you both tomorrow.
Want us to come with you?
Oh, no, it's okay. I'll be fine. See you.